We should be live. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we're live. Yeah, now it's all working. I did the whole music intro and everything for nothing because I forgot to hit the go live button. Doing well. Doing real well. So I haven't been tired, been busting your ass all day. So alright. Stuart, are you here? It should be live now. Alright, hold on a minute. Alrighty, here we go. Now we got people coming in. That was a bit crazy. Don't know what was going on there. There we go. How you going, Stewie? And make sure everything's working here. Can I see who's in the chat? Who's here, actually? Type something so I know it's working. Scott's 4x4 Adventures. Hey man, how you doing? It's been a long time. Yeah, I'm doing alright. I'm doing well. You got in now? There we go. Yeah, it helps when I hit the go live button. Hey, I was like, why does it say preview up there all of a sudden? And then I'm like, I should probably hit go live. That would be why. Adam, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Who else we got? Who else is on today? Just come to say hi. Feel free if you got any questions, by the way. Big sock. We got the big sock here. So he's the man behind the wrenching for the last year on the 80. Around Victoria, swap cars and everything. Oh, what do you got now? What are you driving? I'm interested to hear what people are driving now. I'll be looking to my left, but watching the chat on this side. What are you driving? Didn't you have like a Chop 90 or something? That was you, wasn't it? NM Pajero wagon. It's different. Very different. Yeah, that was you. Yeah. See, I remember people. An NM Pajero wagon. So what happened to the 90? Just wasn't working out for you? Too many lower ball joint problems? It's always interesting. Had a lot of problems with that one. Yeah. I'm interested to hear. Yeah, Stuart's got the 150, so the video coming up Sunday for the 150 cargo barrier, that's on Stuart's rig. I don't have any more content after that, so. Space in the 90. Well, will be like, I reckon the Chop 90 wouldn't have much space in the tray, but if you extended it out past the rear axle, which isn't a good idea. The driveline to a bigger van wasn't up to the task. Ah, there we go. Yep. Yeah, it's always the way. I found that with, well, obviously I've got the 80 now, and yeah, going from the 90 to the 80, there's quite a bit more space. I find it's not so bad. Trying to fit everything in now. I actually have extra space. I'm still trying to work out water storage and that type of thing. So, while I'm waiting for replies or people to ask questions, yeah, today was interesting. So, my cousin's 80 series, when he'd engage his aircon, the whole clutch system and pulley would start wobbling. And I'm like, alrighto, well, that's a clutch problem. So, it took us nearly an hour and a half to get the clutch off. Yeah, bunch of clips and stuff that, you know, trying to change a clutch, compressor clutch on a car is quite difficult. So we eventually got it all off using dodgy King's Supercenter circular pliers, and it worked. We got it off. Changed it all over, all felt good. Started it, and the clutch was slightly engaging because someone, I think, had been in there before and hadn't shimmed the clutch properly. So we pulled it out, added another thin washer in there behind it to shim it, which was fine. It all worked. Went for a drive. Belt started smoking. Well, we could smell a burning smell actually. By the time we went down to Autobarn to pick up a bracket to secure his intercooler piping, because his is turbo, and we'd gotten back to put some diesel in, it was a really bad burning smell. You couldn't even touch the belt because the compressor had seized, and it just completely destroyed brand new aircon compressor clutch and coil. So, good fun. So yeah, he had to cut the belt off because we had no tools, so he just grabbed his knife out and cut it off. And he now needs a new compressor, going to do a condenser. It's probably put metal through the aircon system, so new TX valve, new evaporator, probably be the way to go as well on it. So I'll have to speak to him about all of that, but yeah, good times. Old cars, that's all I'll say. What else got to say? NM Wagon. Tows a 21-foot van, does it well, but so much nicer to drive, so much more room, can get accessories so easily. That's what I found with the 80 series as well, is that there's so much aftermarket support still for an 80 series, and they're nearing on, what were they, 1990 when they come in? So what, 31 years old from the first one? So you're looking at, yeah, that's right, yeah, 32 years old. Now, so, yeah, even then, you still got heaps of aftermarket support for it. With 90 series, there's nothing around. I was finding it really hard, especially I had to do the custom sliders. I did manage to get a long-range fuel tank for it. Bull bars were still around. Roof consoles are there, but that's about it, really. You had to customize a lot of stuff to get it to fit. Sean Coleman, hey mate, how's it going? Doing the Halka Hills track in a few weeks. Any advice here? Don't roll it. Where I went down on Tunnel Bend. So just before, I think it was just after Tunnel Bend, there's a hairpin and this goes into an S-bend straight afterwards. Be very careful there because that's where I went down. So, going on a 90 series, eh? Have fun. I wish my trip lasted longer than 3 days. But, you know, is what it is. Yeah, just be safe. Be vigilant. It's more watch out for other people than watch what you're doing. That's what I found out there. Too many people treat that road like a racetrack, especially when it's graded. I'm still in recovery. You know, it's been almost 12 months and I'm still recovering from the accident. So, I'm not 100%, that's for sure. So, anyone else got any trips planned? I'm heading off again on June 7th. Actually, I can tell you exactly what my dates are because I've got it on my phone here. So, I'm going off on another trip. I'm going solo from June 7th to June 24th. So, good days and bad. Well, I don't know if you guys, how long it's been since my last live stream. I don't think I can move my arm, so I'm now pretty well straight up. Out to the side, I've noticed today, actually, that my arms are pretty well externally rotating, and I can, even though that hurts, I can get my arm up there, but I still don't have it all the way back yet, so it's still a little bit frozen, but I reckon probably another 2 or 3 months and then I can start doing some strengthening exercises again. So, getting there. Dragging the camper down to Deep Creek next weekend. I've still never been there for Deep Creek. It's only about a 10-minute drive for you, isn't it? Being up in the hills. Yeah, there's way too many idiots out there. Makes it tough. Makes it tough, but yeah, obviously you'll be out and about in a couple of weeks just sorting out the new car. Okay, nice. So have you done your 12-volt system and everything yet? Or did it come with it? What mods did it come with? What have you bought for it? Just be very wary. I used to work for Mitsubishi in the spare parts. That the front diff actuators do fail on those. I'm not sure if anyone does a kit to protect those from damage as well, because they're pretty exposed. But yeah, just keep that in mind. Oh, you only had a week? Okay, yep. So you sold the 90 then? So while I'm here as well, I may as well tell you I was working on a modification for the 90 series to fit 33s. Sock's testing it in his car now, and it passes, works fine. But I've had that little interest in the 90 series community with it that I'm not even going to bother going ahead with it. Unfortunately, that's how it's going to go, because I'm not going to bust my balls to make something that people aren't going to want to do, or not want to do, but want to support. And unfortunately, that's just what I've found. I've got to turn this up a little bit. Might be a little bit quiet. How's that? Is that a bit better? Might have a little bit of background noise from the computer here, but yeah. So I was going to do a mod. Sock will keep running it. We'll see how long it lasts. Should be fine though. I'd say it'll last indefinitely. But yeah, unfortunately, yeah, that's my little bit of an issue with doing mods and making stuff available for people. But Sock, does it work properly? Does it work well? Still need to pull it out and give it a tweak when you're back at work. But gotta do that. So yeah. So I'm off on the 7th of June to the 24th of June. So there'll be probably no content then. So I might try and film something on the 80 before then. So. Well, 265 75s, yeah, you would run them so you don't have to re-gear, but if you want clearance like I had in mine, you can still run your 33s. Just either you suffer by losing about 400 kilometers in range, or you re-gear it and put lockers in it and you'll be alright. But as I said, we don't know if we can squeeze 285s in there on a zero offset rim, because I haven't had any 285s on a zero offset rim to test yet. But if anyone's in Adelaide and has any 285 75 16s on zero offset wheels that they would like to lend me for about half an hour to test clearancing, that'd be awesome. If not, that's fine. I'll wait till Sock gives my wheels back, and I'll put some cheaper 285 75 16s on the stock wheels and go from there. That'd be the best way to do it anyway. So it's all sold, all stock as. You have a bull bar going on Monday. You kept your 70 litre dual zone freezer and 8 litre upright fridge to go on. So yeah, okay, cool. You can like them as much as you like. They're not yours. Unless you want to put your worn out wheels back on. I said I gave you a link to a dude that was selling the set. Did you contact him? No. Of course you didn't, Sock. Because you're doing other real life stuff, which is more important than your wheels. Yeah, any questions on the 80s or 90s? Ask away. I don't have a whole lot to chat about tonight. It's just more like a hangout and get to know everyone and have a chit chat. So. What 12 volt got an Audi? I have the Intervolt DCC Pro. There's actually a video up, 2 videos up on YouTube of the removal of the Red Arc SBI 12 battery isolator that was in there and the installation of the Intervolt DCC Pro. Landscaping or manscaping? I think both, isn't it? So yeah, Intervolt unit's really good. I go Intervolt over Red Arc purely for the fact that everything's connected by battery lug terminals and it comes with a display and a data cable, so you don't have to run any separate gauges inside the car and try and wire them in. This one, you just plug the data cable into the Intervolt unit, run your cable through your firewall, plug it into the unit on the other end, and off you go. Super easy. Yeah, that's what I like about it anyway. I don't know if I have any pictures of it on my PC. I know I do on Instagram. If you got Instagram, guys, as well, just OzTrax 4x4 on Instagram. Putting a whole heap of photos and stuff up over there. If it's a post, it gets reposted to Facebook. Obviously, YouTube's just some of my videos. Yeah, you need a 40 amp DC to DC in a drive. Yeah, see, I know Intervolt are coming out with a bigger unit. I don't know when, but it is fan cooled, which I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, mine can be mounted under the bonnet. That new unit won't be able to be. $800 of solar. I mean, you'll be charging your batteries. Let me do some calculations for you. So I do work in auto electrical. So your 800 watts of solar is 66.6 amps worth of power from the sun. That's what it'll input. So it's actually more than what your DC to DC will actually take. So if you ever want to work out your amps of your solar panel, it's your wattage of your solar panel divided by 12 volts. So, and that will give you your amps. So I've got a 110 fixed solar panel on the roof of the 80 now. And you know what? I hate this phone. Come on, go back. That's like I'm getting 9.16 amps. My fridge draws 4 amps on a cold start. It cycles in and out from 2 to 3 amps, depending on how hot or cold it is. And my lights will put out. Oh, I can tell you that as well. So I've got lights coming for it. Where are we? So it's going to be. Why is it that this phone doesn't clear? All right. I think it was, and probably about 2.5 amps per light. So I'll easily be able to run my camp lights in my fridge. Not a problem. So good fun. Good fun when it's all working. So as I said, I've had my fridge running now constantly in the 80 series for 2 weeks, and it's been keeping my battery fully charged. By the time I get out in the morning, I'm back up to full charge. So by about 8 o'clock in the morning. So you love the system in the caravan. Though, so happy with it. The inverter can run everything in here, washing machine, microwave, kettle, etc. Haven't found anything it can't do yet. Well, yeah, it was 6,000 watt inverter. That's big dollars. So, that will run everything. Charge phones, charge laptops. Microwaves for about 2,000 watt. Heaters. A heater will be interesting. What about an air conditioner? You get one of those? Because if it's got an air conditioner, then you'll be pulling some power. Summer will be your test, but you're also going to have the sunlight to be able to charge that up anyway. So that'll be your balancing act. So what's your plan? You plan on just travelling Australia and working, or is it just like a weekend getaway thing? So I know you got kids in here. Around the fan, heater, and microwave. Okay, that's good. Can't complain with that. Easy. What's on a drop saw? Okay, cool. Guess you could work from it if you're doing woodwork or whatever. Well, that's easy. Can't complain with that. So. Seeing it's probably going to be a fairly short stream tonight. I am absolutely knackered from working on my cousin's car. So, live in the caravan full time, 2 year lap. Okay, cool. So you'll be very similar to, or not quite similar, like tripping a van. They're, I think, on their 7th year in the van now. But they upgraded. They started with a Mazda BT50 and a small van. Now they're in like a Chop 200 with a GVM upgrade that can run 4 ton, and this big huge van, and 3 kids and a tinny. So yeah, they're just travelling around. What a lifestyle though. That'd be pretty good. Maybe one day I will get to that point. We'll see. Cook with gas, shower toilet. Okay, cool. So you're glamping it. Yeah, see, I just roll around in the swag. And yeah, generally when I'm doing like long road trips, like I did when I did the Central Australia tour over on YouTube, we would pull into, what was it? How many days out was I? Excuse me. Let's have a look. One there. 2. I think it was 3 days. I went without a shower, and then when we crossed the border into Northern Territory, it was in Eldunda. I believe the place is. We had a shower there at the caravan park. So, and yeah, like pack, $6 or I think it's $6 to $8 usually to use the amenities there to freshen up and whatever, and do your washing, and off you go again. Just place face to face, can't take the van. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Use it as a base camp, I guess. What are you going to be doing for an income? Excuse me. And welcome to anyone that's joined. Adam, have you heard what's happening with the Canning stock group? No, I haven't. What are they doing with it? that is on my list, but it's also 1800 k's long, isn't it? From memory. We have 280 litres of water in the van and have 90 in the car. Oh, you're set. It's a lot of weight though, especially 90 in the car. Not reopening, really? Why did they close it? I'm going to do some Googling now. Alright, so let's switch over to here and give me 2 ticks while I sort this out, because there's always a problem. We don't know it, no, there. We are going to go boom, like that. Alright, so let's have a look here. So closed until further notice. I'm not even trying to pronounce that Aboriginal name. They have not issued permits since March 2020. This has been done to minimise health risks to communities on and adjacent to Canning Stock Road. Okay, well that's due to COVID. That's fair enough. Traditional owners of the lands of the CSR passes through met in March 2022 to assess the closed status of that and to update people wanting to travel and consider a future date for issuing travel permits. The WA Department of Health predicts the current Omicron COVID-19 outbreak will peak in Western Australia in late March 22. Until the risks of the Omicron outbreak from remote WA communities is better understood, they agreed to maintain the current closure. Okay. They said it will reopen as soon as communities and TOs are confident it is safe to welcome travellers back. And this is on the actual permits, canningstockroute.net.au. That's a legit website for it. Okay, well that's fair. All depends though, like, what am I doing? Switch this back. There we go. Alright, so yeah, all depends really. On the Canning, I don't know much about the Canning stock route myself, but on that stock route, is there stuff for tourists to do? Because I don't know. I honestly don't know. Are there places for tourists to visit? Does it produce money for those communities? And will not issuing permits impact them? So that's what you got to look at as well with the Canning stock route, being that it's so long. Actually, give me a sec. We're going to go back to that for a moment. So. No, can't get into that. So this is the official statement from him. So which was what was on the front page. Okay. Alright, I don't know. Don't know. There's a video that 4x over and did speculate it would not be right. Yeah, but you can speculate it though, but you know, that's all it is. It is speculation at the end of the day. To try and mitigate a health problem and an outbreak in a community that would be so vulnerable, or several communities that would be so vulnerable, yeah, I can understand it not reopening. But, you know, it could be years down the track before it reopens too, so. Have I got stickers yet? I had stickers in the past, and I didn't get many buyers, so I hadn't bothered doing them. I want to get some new ones made with the new logo, but whether it's viable for me to actually do stickers for people to purchase, not really at the moment, because I don't really get asked about it. So if the demand was there and I had like 10 or 20 people a day asking me for stickers, then yeah, I'd probably do something about it. But at the moment, so my last quote to get my current logo done with my Instagram, Facebook, YouTube stuff on there, and a slogan down the bottom was of around the $400 mark, to give you an idea. Not cheap. So now you've got to be interested in this canning stock route thing. Any other tracks that I haven't reopened? Just reading. See, like, I would say it's definitely going to be a until this outbreak's controlled and it's not a risk that's going to cause death to those communities, then yeah, I would say it'll probably stay closed. Turka, it's been a while. How you been, buddy? What's going on? I don't really live stream all that much these days. Any other four-wheel drive news that you want to talk about? I'm always interested. I'll give my opinion. I said, you know, I'm just trying to get back into it again now, so. Starting to build the strength in the shoulder, but very hard to drive. Still, long distances are a bit painful. I've only had one lot of painkillers today, which is good. I'd like to know if there's any news coming. Just reading now to see if there's anything worth chatting about. But there's not really. Not at the moment. I'd like to look at the Gun Barrel Highway. Don't know that one either. I missed it. Do you want to talk about the upcoming trip? I mentioned that I was going on a trip. Didn't say where I was going. So, upcoming trip. I can talk about that. So, the times I'm away, for the Queen's birthday long weekend, I will be in Fink, watching the Fink, well, not in Fink, we're watching the Fink Desert Race, somewhere along the track there. Group trip. Was this your trip? Or my trip? No, it's not a group trip. Unless, if someone's up there at the same time wants to catch up, I'll catch up with them. That's not a problem, but I'm going solo, generally. Not too many people down here are set up to go out on a big long range trip at the moment. I am kind of set up. I just got to sort out the water thing. Which I'm having problems sorting out water. I'll talk about that in a minute. Oh man, jeez. I should plan a subscriber trip. I should. Who'd want to do a subscriber trip? Where are you all from anyway? I know he's like Scott, I think Queensland, are you? Usually? Normally? Adam, I don't know where you're from. I'm assuming WA, because you're talking about the canning stock route, and I was just going to check out that Gun Barrel Highway. That's Western Australia. And I say Dirt Track, Northern Territory, South Australia and West Australia. Okay. Oh, is that the one hold on a minute. Is this the one I was talking about with... with Uncle Pete? Where does it run? Gee, that looks pretty remote. Yeah, something I can see. Built in 1955 to 1958. Runs through the corner. Okay. Great Central Road. Does Great Central Road go onto it? I don't know. I'd have to look at more into that. Oh, you're in South Australia, are you, Adam? Okay, there you go. What do you drive? Out of curiosity. Good to see you're in South Oz. Oh, you're in New South Wales, Scott? Okay, no worries. Turker's in Vic. I know Stuart's in SA as well. But yeah, so my trip, going to Fink, and then going out to Uluru again. And then from there, I was going to come back down through the Untitled Chapter. But I think now I'm changing my plans and I'm going to go and do the loop and check out all the gorges and do all the touristy stuff while I'm near Uluru, because that's not far away from it. And I'll loop back into Alice Springs and I might come back down through the Untitled Chapter, depending. So. Oh, you're buying Aussie product. Okay, there you go. Yeah. I know who you are now. Didn't know your name. Oh, I know who you are now. Yeah, no worries. Easy. Aussie Prado on Instagram. Check him out if you like. Got a pretty clean 90 series. Purple People Eater. Yes, that's my plan. So I've got plenty of time to do it as well, which is good. But if the Untitled Chapter is closed, which will let's check something here. Outback road warnings. If you don't know this website, I guess while we're all here, I'll give you few little websites to check out. This one here is for South Australia, for like the Birdsville track and Untitled Chapter, and crossing the Simpson and stuff like that. So at the moment, is it going to tell me? Is it going to give me? Yep, here we go. So at the moment, we have a few closures and a few that are open to 4-wheel drives only. The Birdsville track is a no-go. All this down here is the Birdsville track till you get to Murray and down through Lee Creek down that way. That's closed at the moment due to those rains. Looks like you can still get up to Mount Dare. It's open to 4-wheel drive vehicles under 3 tonne with no towing. That section there is open to all vehicles, which makes no sense when the Untitled Chapter, which runs from Murray up to Marla, is that one there. Marla to Untitled. Well, that's that one, but yeah, from down here, which is closed. So it's closed down that end. So only open from Cooper Petey Way. And that road there from Cooper Petey Way is will get pretty muddy. So, and you go through the Woomera prohibited area there as well. Road to Innermink is closed. I saw a guy on Instagram called Instacanter. Actually drove that while it was closed. I don't know if you guys know about driving on closed roads in the Outback. That it is a $5,000 per wheel fine for driving on a closed road. So if you're carrying 2 spares, 6.5, that's 25 grand for fines. So it's not worth doing. So yeah, everything's closed down there. It's open to all vehicles with caution through Lee Creek. So I was up near Arkaroola, which is up this way. Which way did I go back through? I went through this way here, through the Flinders. Down that way. To Wilpena. So I went through this way. So it's open to 4-wheel drive. It's open to 4-wheel drives. It's open to all vehicles from out by Blenman Mulgaview Homestead, yeah. Then we went up here. And Arkarula's up there. And I stayed, my last trip was Mount Chambers, which is off of this road here, I believe. Somewhere. Or up here. I can't remember now. One of those. No, it's not up there. That's too close. It's down here somewhere. Yeah, that's a good website to check out, guys. So if you just type in Outback road closures for SA, it will pop up a map like this. Handy to have if you're travelling remote. Switch. Whoop, I'm back. So yeah, that one, yeah, definitely handy to have while you're remote, and keep that on your phone and update it, especially over winter. Winter will see a lot of road closures due to rain coming down. So it's getting past wet season in the top end, so you probably find that maybe it might be a little bit better without having, or it might be better not having road closures during winter here, because we're not going to get the rain from the top end, because there is none usually. I lived up in Cairns for a little bit. What other websites? Whether it works. Let me see. Let me see if this works. So I'll post this in the chat as well. So I'm more than likely changing. Is he going to let me log in? Bear with me, guys. I was on the wrong website. That doesn't help. Alright, so I'm going to switch over to here. So on the HEMA Explorer website, I have a login. And if we go to my tracks, which lists all my new tracks, I can turn these on for you if you like. And you can do some trips. So if I click on that, I had problems with this last time. Because HEMA Explorer doesn't like Chrome for some stupid reason. And who wants to use Edge? Where's Microsoft Edge? Bear with me. Let me see if it works over here. Of course not. Might do. And it works on there. Alright. Give me 2 ticks. Let me switch this one. Let me do my window capture on this. Yeah, what's going on? What are you doing, computer? Oh my god. Sorry, guys. Trying to get this to behave. I don't want to. That'll do. That'll do. It's not what I want to do. There we go. All right. Sorry. All right. So, on the HEMA Explorer on Chrome, you have to use it. I have a public profile, which is OzTrax 4x4. Now, if I go into my tracks here, and if I turn everything on, I can show you everywhere I've been. I just have to turn it on. Right. Maps. No, don't want the maps. Tracks. Main map. You gonna give me a map? Give me something. This website is so hard to use sometimes. This is ridiculous. No. Maps. Tracks. I used to be able to, on here, go around and show where I've been. Why can't I anymore? Is it this one? Here we go. Here we go. Righto. Alright. This is everywhere I've been in Australia so far. Sorry about that, guys. So, that's everything I've done. So, down here, you're doing the Halka. So you was doing the Halka Hills track, Adam? Someone was. I think it was you. I think it was you. Might have been someone else. So Halka Hills track is down here. If we zoom in. Where are we? What's that one? Fries, where's Sheepyard? Just here is where I crashed. So that is just past the Tunnel Bend flat camping area, if you're interested to know. Let me close that off there. Not you, someone else, wasn't it? Sean. I think it was a Sean. Oh no, someone was. You got to shoot. Catch a man. Have a good one. So yeah, someone said yeah, Sean. I reckon it was. I don't think he's here now though. But yeah, that's where I went down. On the old track there. So just switching back and forth here. So as you can see, that's where people had recovered my tablet, and my tablet was still on, I think, for a good couple of days. And yeah, that's where they went and grabbed stuff. Obviously, I wasn't far off of being submerged in a river. Go away, pop-ups. But yeah, that's that one there. So that's Mansfield in here. Mate's place is up here. Then I believe, yeah, that was when I drove in. So obviously it was turned off by then because I ended up in Wangaratta with my shoulder. So yeah, that's over there. Up in here, if you want somewhere to go, just over the border is Big Desert State Forest. I find this a really good place for camping because all the campsites are free in Vic. You don't pay for them like you do here. So Big Billy Bore is pretty good. There's a June Hill climb there. Yellow Gums campsite there. There's another one called the Gums campground. I've driven most of that in there, if not all of it. I did go to the Murray Sunset National Park as well, around this lake, but it wasn't very good. Good if you're a two-wheel drive car, pretty boring if you're on a four-wheel drive car. Excuse me. There was a little playground up here I used to go to, but I think it's closed now. Red Banks camping area out by Red Banks Conservation Park wasn't too bad. I didn't stay though because I had people following me. This is a risk that you really run when you're going out remote, especially by yourself. So then this way up through here I have a campsite that I don't have shown up here, a bush camp. Then I went into Cooper Pedy, and I did this part of the Untitled Chapter because last time I went up, the Maree to William Creek was closed as well. In here is Coward Springs, I believe. Yep, so it's like a natural sauna or spa, like heated water. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so we'll say spa. So like a hot spring is what it is. From there, up checked out Old Peak Telegraph Station ruins on the Unadata track. So Unadata itself, there's a few lookouts and bits and pieces around the place. I never got out to Akaringa Station or anything, but it looks like it's a camping spot. Never went out that far. It looks like a few bush camps maybe. Well, it's through Cooper Pedy, it's up that way. Then yeah, from Unadata to Marla, and then I went up to Garn, which is a there's like a resort there type town. That's where we had a, I think it was there. Was it there? Yeah, that's where I had my first shower, I think, on this trip. Then we went all the way up into Alice Springs. So this is my Central Australia tour I'm talking about, by the way. We'll switch back and forth here so I can see what people are chatting about. Not all free, aren't they? They're free where I was. Didn't have to pay for them. Since when have the big desert state forests been not free? Because it's not listed as a. There's no amenities, so. Anyway, from there into Alice, come back out, and we went down to Lawrence Gorge. Check that out. Then we came back out, went back down to Fink Gorge National Park. Beautiful through here. If you want to do some good four-wheel driving in Northern Territory on sand and stuff with really good scenery, beautiful through here. Boggy Hole Bush Camp was really cool too. That's at the other side. Then we stayed at here, which was Acanta Bush Campground. From there, we then went down. I can't remember what that road is. Oops, wrong way. What's that? Lurajitja Road. Probably said that completely wrong. Then onto the Lassiter Highway. From the Lassiter Highway, out to Ayers Rock or Uluru. And then from there I went out to Carter Judah as well, or the Olgas as they call it. Since I'll be going solo again, I'm going to go check out the Valley of the Winds and actually hike it. So I reckon that'll be really nice. This here is a sunset viewing area of Carter Judah, which is pretty cool. And then from there, this was like a 2-week trip, or 12 days even, did like 5,000 Ks or something like that. From there we then went down, back down to Gann, down the Stewart Highway, and then we went out to Fink. Didn't stay at Fink, there's a community there. And then from there down into Mount Dare, which is right there. From Mount Dare we then crossed the Simpson Desert. So that was our first day, was this bush camp here. Second day was this bush camp here. Third day, we made it all the way into Birdsville. Then from Birdsville, we did the Birdsville track. Big Red in Birdsville is really good fun to drive up. Really hard to get up though. I don't even know how I'm going to go in the cruiser in the 80 series to get up there. And then yeah, back down Birdsville track and into Hawker and back into Adelaide. So yeah, it's a good little trip, that one. If you want to do something remote, that'll take you 12 days, I think it was, that whole driving, and not busting our ass to get everywhere. Yeah, it was a good trip though. Easy. You know what? Switch. There we go. So yeah, if you want to do a big trip like that, which is what I plan to be doing in June, but going to go a different way, yeah, it's worth checking out. So if you jump on the HEMA, what did I say it was? Excuse me. HEMAexplorer.com, and you just type in OzTrax 4x4, you'll find me on there, and I'll leave them up for people to look at. Actually, I'll chuck the link in here. Can I get to my profile from here? It's a good question. Good question. Actually, hang on a minute. What I might do here. No, they don't make it easy to be able to share that. I don't know why I can't share that that profile. Ah, here we go. All right. That there is a link to my HEMA profile. Just do need to check something quickly while we're having a chat. Now I might move this over to here so I can see the chat. So, did you do the Lambert Centre? No, I haven't done that. Air River West Campground, nice place, but you need to pay. Air River West. Where's that? Okay, yeah, down the Outways. I've been down there. Long time ago I've done the Great Ocean Road. Actually, I might do that again. Great Ocean Road would be a good trip. If I have to pay for campsites, I have to pay for campsites. So, okay. There's East as well. Yeah, I haven't done Great Ocean Road in a long time. Years. 2010 was the last time I did that. Oh yeah, I used to do, when I was back into my Corollas, I used to do the, I used to do a Corolla meet that was Australia-wide every year, and we'd go down to like Apollo Bay, or we ended up in Port MacDonald one year, just so people didn't have to travel, or Port MacDonald? I think it was. Port Fairy, maybe? Portland. Might have been Portland, maybe. One of those. But yeah, we used to do Apollo Bay pretty regularly. And you go up through the Outback, through the national park, just in our cars and stuff. So, no, that's why I don't mind paying for good campsites if they're good campsites. But okay, there you go. But yeah, we used to book out Apollo Bay Caravan Park and do that back in the day, before my four-wheel driving. Yeah, sorry, one thing I was just checking here quickly. yep, I will edit up some of those locations on there after the stream, just to fix them up, because I don't think they're fixed at the moment. So, oh, cool. All right, guys, it's been an hour, and I reckon I'm going to head off because I'm absolutely knackered. Been a busy day, but thanks all for hanging out. I appreciate it. Yeah, definitely more videos coming. Especially more trip videos, they'll be coming too. So, if you have any requests on anything that you might want to see, don't ask me about 90 series stuff, because all the 90 series stuff's going to be happening to Sock's car, and we got to wait till he's got some money so he can start doing it after he's done it, finished with his house. But yeah, we'll get there eventually. Get some more videos out for you. So I've got some more wiring coming for the 80. I've also got to sort out a water storage solution in the next 4 weeks. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to have to do there. So that's going to be interesting. I'm not sure how I'm going to go about that. But we'll see. It's either... I've now got the spare on the back of the car, which you might have seen in some photos. It's on a swing away, which leaves the spare wheel storage under the vehicle free. Whether I put something in there or not, I don't know. So, no worries, Adam. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Appreciate it. Yeah, again, if you guys have any questions, when I'm obviously not streaming, get in contact with me on Instagram, Facebook as well, but I don't really use Facebook as much. I just use Facebook to repost my Instagram stuff, but yeah, Instagram is my main chat area. If you want to do that type of thing and talk to me, I'm happy to chat with everyone. That's not a problem. Anything else I need to add? That's probably about it. If I do get reception while I'm on my trip, I will do a live stream as well there too, so keep that in mind. It'll be pretty random when I pop up, so I won't be going, oh, I'll be here and this is when I'll be live streaming. It will be definitely a spur of the moment thing. So Scott said, hoping to get into SA when I do begin to do a trip. Yeah, we can do that. I'm not sure if you're still here, Scott. But yeah, we can certainly catch up and do a trip somewhere. So that's with everyone here. You know, I will maybe do a subscriber meet and greet in Adelaide. If you guys are into that thing, if you're a YouTube subscriber, I'll be posting details over there in my community posts section. So if you haven't subscribed to YouTube, please do so. Helps me out. Watch some videos, learn some things, and yeah, any questions, leave them in the comments here too. Anyway, guys, you have a good one, and I'll catch you in the next stream.